In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you another episode of Subsistence on Season 5. And yes, I'm trying to give you a radio voice because I am going to rant, and I figured I'd start the day off with something positive. Okay, now to my rant. Oh, okay, not rant, but I have an opinion, and you know I love to share my opinion. On the forum, somebody posted a Hispanic individual, I think. I want to say it was more, I don't know, the accent throws me off. I used to live in Spain, so I have some background in Spanish, but the accents throw me off. I can't place the accent, but he was talking about a conversation that he had with Cold Games, and then showed clips of the actual conversation, screenshots from the DMs. Now, if you guys have been on my channel, and anybody was worried about my chicken, don't worry. I made sure my chicken wasn't in my pocket. It was in the refrigerator. But I'm going to eat it. But you guys know that anytime I have a conversation with Cold Games, unless Cold Games explicitly says that I'm allowed to share the information, I don't talk jack. Okay? And you guys know I get some inside scoop sometimes, but I don't leak. But I did talk to Cold Games about this, and the video was about structural integrity in the game. And it appeared that the person was complaining about structures on dedicated servers that were built in such a way to be grief-proof, meaning I've built the base in such a way as you can't get to my front door, you can't get on my base, you can't get into my base because it's floating. And I have an opinion about this, and I don't know if I'm alone in this opinion, so I'm going to throw my opinion out there, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, let me know that in the comments. Comment your comment in the comments. So, my opinion on this. Anybody who is complaining about floating bases, unless they are playing specifically on a server that has a rule set that is catering toward PvP. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. I was singing really loudly to drive my wife crazy, and so yeah, I have that deep radio voice, not because I'm sexy, because I threw my voice out trying to scream at the top of my lungs while I was singing and drive her crazy. I'm a wonderful husband. So here's my opinion, and it might be wrong. It could very well be wrong. Unless somebody is playing on a dedicated server or a privately hosted, just the old co-op style or multiplayer server that is specifically catering toward PvP, anybody who is complaining about, it's just so wrong. They build a base and make it so I can't get to their front door. All I can do is throw grenades at it, and I can't even use a bear to break open their walls. This is so wrong. Is a troll. Okay? If you're not playing specifically for server rules, and there are a few out there, Subsistence is not a PvP game. The way that the world works doesn't cater to PvP. If you want that kind of gameplay, go play Rust. I'm not saying don't buy Subsistence or don't play Subsistence, but if you're looking for that style of gameplay, you're not going to really get a good experience here for that specific style of gameplay because the world never shuts down. The world is a living entity. The hunters are always active. Now, Cold Games has set the dedicated servers so that you can, I think the hunters, the game's base AI won't attack a base where the person, or they don't target bases where the person isn't logged on. So if you haven't been logged on and somebody goes and attacks a base and the AI is trying to decide, okay, what base am I going to raid? they're not going after the base of the person who hasn't been or is not logged in. And that's a workaround, because the old system, the hunters just attacked any base because it didn't matter, because you only were logged on when the game, when somebody was actually playing. Now with dedicated servers, it's not the case. I was always wondering how he was going to make that work. But now with dedicated servers that are on 24/7, unless the admin, the administrator of it, shuts it down when nobody's on it, the world's going to be constantly running, and food's going to spoil, plants are going to grow, AI is going to attack. The world's going to keep going even if you're not logged on for 2 or 3 days. Is that, oh, okay, it's a bear. It's like, is that a moose or a bear butt? And it would turn out to be a bear butt. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay out here. I really want a moose. I'm trying to get back up to 125 or 124.9999995 or whatever it is. But yeah, I really think that it's a very niche set of individuals that are demanding that people play a certain way. Now, I will say I don't like cheaters and people that use bots. My reasoning for that is they go on the forum and they complain, or they report bugs. It's, trees are flying when you hit them with your hatchet. This is so stupid. You need to check your game. I don't know. You need to test your game before you put it live. And I try to help Cold Games out, and I spent hours trying to run down. And Cold Games got back to me after we were going back and forth for almost like 2 or 3 hours. And it turned out the person was using a cheat engine, and the cheat engine was causing, I don't know how in the world it caused trees to fly when you hit them with your axe. I almost wanted to install the cheat engine just so I could see a tree fly. I thought that'd be kind of cool. And so yeah, that really pissed me off that day. So those kind of things, irk me. But I don't have the ability. I shouldn't be able to tell somebody, you can't cheat. If you want to cheat, go ahead, but I don't want to hear about it. That's my right to. Ooh, that was accidentally shot. I didn't mean to let it go because I wasn't sure if I was aiming correctly, and my finger slipped, and it was still a perfect shot. So I'm either lucky or good, and I'm going to take good at this point because I need a pick me up. So yeah, that's basically my rant. When I spoke to Cold Games about structural integrity, it's not something that he has confirmed is going to be a feature, but it's something he wants to look at. And he's, if it does get added to the game, it is going to be optional, and it is going to be across all versions of the game. So if you want to turn on structural integrity in your game, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. If you're hosting a multiplayer game, whoever runs that server can turn on the structural integrity if they decided to, and the same with dedicated servers. I mean, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to turn it on because I really am curious on how that's going to work. I know I saw a moose. I had to shake that wolf first. I'm just trying to find that moose now. Sorry, I was trying to listen for his footsteps. I see a wolf over there, but he hasn't aggroed anything, so I'm guessing the moose went either behind this rock. Where are you, moose? I know I saw a moose. I was in the middle of a rant, so I didn't want to break it off. But yeah, so it's going to be optional if he adds it, because nothing's been confirmed. And if I hear anything more that Cold Games lets me or tells me I can talk about, I'll bring it to you so you know. I mean, I don't have a problem with people, wanting to play the game a certain way, but I'm glad Cold Games is willing to look at it. He's considering it, but is going to, if he does implement it, he'll implement it in such a way as to not force it down the throats of people who don't want it. I just hope Cold Games remembers, and I'm pretty sure he will, to make sure that when he adds it in and on it, when you load in the update, that it automatically loads off and not on. Or if you're sending in your base and your base come crash, I'm really interested. I'm going to turn it on and log into some of my saves that I have floating bases and see what happens. Does it come crashing down? I mean, even that would be kind of cool. That would make a cool video. Does my base count as floating? Like my current base, I've got several pieces of the base that basically stick into the rock, and I build into the rock to give it some foundation. Even though, I'm not trying to make a floating base, I have access to the base that doesn't require, you to do any kind of special maneuvering. So if my base was going to be rated, it's rateable, I guess, is the way you would say it. I don't know. I really look at it that way. If they're not, a certain set of rules that says don't make floating bases on our dedicated server, or the server admin will delete your base, why does structural integrity need to be added? Now, if it provides a game function, like let's say Cold Games makes the hunters have the function of actually attacking your base, trying to break in, not just attack and destroy the BCU, but they're trying to break open the front door and they're trying to get into your base. And then you want to build your base in such a way to defend against that. That would be really cool. And I would probably, even though I know how to build a floating base to keep that from happening, I would want to experience that and try to defend against it and not cheese my way out of that one. Now, I do use I have cheesed the game where I put down a BCU that I let the hunters attack in the old days where you could put multiple BCUs down. Man, I lost that moose. That pisses me off a little. Oh, well. But when you can put down multiple BCUs, I used to put down what I call my sacrificial BCU because I know the AI. It's like a zombie game, 7 Days to Die, in a real zombie apocalypse. Yes, I know it's not a realistic, but hey, I've read Mel Brooks, both his zombie books, so I'm prepared for the zombie apocalypse. The best way to take care of a zombie or a ghoul or whatever you want a walker, whatever you want to call it, dig a pit, attract them into the pit, and then burn them. Wham, bam, thank you, man. I've taken care of the virus and the zombies themselves. Butcher, butcher, and butcher. Clean up some inventory here real quick. And, and then 7 Days to Die, that used to be a tactic. You build a pit. Zombies are stupid. They are the living dead, or undead. And not living, they're just undead. And they just stumble into your pit, and then you can take care of them. Well, that made for boring gameplay, so the developers made the zombies aware of pitfalls, and they actively avoid them now. So, as it stands right now, hunters are stupid, and they go after your BCU, even if the BCU is either not reachable or in such a way as it protects your base. Sometime Cold Games is probably going to address that. I don't know if or how he would address it, or what Mr. Wolf, or what the adjustment could be. But eventually that adjustment will probably happen. And I'm not going to rob myself of the experience by cheating with a floating base. It's just my opinion, though. So having it turned on, and then the hunters will act a certain way, I think that would be kind of cool. That would be an incentive for me to have structural integrity on, because I'd want that different type of interaction with the hunters. And I just missed the generator turning off. At least my fire's still going. Those back. 3 dirty ones down here, please. Thank you very much. Let's go put these in the dump chest to save some time. I want to get out and continue talking and gathering resources. Winter's hitting, obviously. You can see that happening on the screen. It is snowing. Yay! Well, not yay. Boo! But it's it's how this game works. It's going to snow and it's going to get cold. I'm kind of surprised don't worry about the rabbit. I want the rabbit to burn. It's for mass. Kind of surprised I haven't seen any hunters today. Do I have? Yeah, I've got my cold weather gear. This is a full-on blizzard coming in, so I really want to make sure to have my cold weather gear on. And probably tomorrow, bears are going to be replaced with white wolves. If not tomorrow, then probably the next day for sure. Now, and like I said, let me repeat it one more time. Cole Games hasn't confirmed it. It is something that he is that wants to take a look at, but no plans have been laid. You know, timing, how it would be implemented, everything that's all up in the air. Yeah, I'll see myself out. Come on, that was damn funny. I'll stop. But yeah, that's my rant about structural integrity. There is some benefit. There is a thought process where I could see it adding to the game, but I think Cole Games would have to make, like, I know I'm still talking about it, but I really want to talk about this. I think the biggest thing he'd have to do is make foundations that reach to the ground. If you're saying you must have structural integrity, the game now has structural integrity. Okay, I want to build on top of the water. The foundation legs need to go all the way down to wherever the ground is, whatever the mechanism that the Cold Game says, this is how structural integrity works. Your foundation legs must touch the ground. And just my opinion now, remember, this is just me talking here. When you make a foundation and you place it, the legs should go down to where it now has structural integrity. To a point. I'm not saying if you place it way up in the air that you have one foundation. But within reason, I think 3 or 4 times the leg should expand, or you have to build a special build a foundation that takes more wood so that when you place it down, the legs extend to not bedrock, but to whatever counts as stability, thereby letting somebody build on the side of a cliff like oh, excuse me, Mr. Bear. My pick was blocking. I didn't see you, or wasn't paying it. Oh, you see that claw come through me? Ooh. That's how close the bears get when they chase you. They are very close. He's still following too. That's a little concerning because there's a wolf over here. I already know about that. All right, I'm gonna run toward down here and see if I can shake him. I may have to shotgun his butt or his face. Let's see what happens. Are you good? All right, he's leaving me alone. That's good. I didn't want to get killed by a bear. It's the last thing I need. So yeah, if Cold Games can implement it well, in such a way as it adds to the game and just doesn't kind of take your ability to build the way that you want, then I'm all for it, honestly. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how Cold Games implements it. Or if he implements it. I need to keep putting the caveat, because he said it's not something that's a planned feature, something he would like to look at. Exactly how he said it to me. Oh, come on. That's I hate that. Every time I jump in my house at this point, I'm gonna have a bear someplace beating on stuff because the bear sees it as I am a valid target. Where were you? Oh, dude, you're attacking my chicken? That ain't cool. Okay, he's leaving now. Man, he took that swipe out of my chicken coop. Stupid bear. That bear better go potty in the woods and not on my chicken coop. I ain't standing for no coop catastrophe. Coop catastrophe. Can't afford that right now. Oh, let me check in the storm. The blizzard. What's my light rating here? 100. 100. I want to check in different conditions so I know how my base operates. Yeah, see, the solar panels are more affected by storms, or I should say planters aren't affected by storms, but solar panels are. Speaking of solar panels, I really want to put a couple more up. Like I want one right. I want to make a ring of solar panels. It'd be kind of cool, except for, you know, right here. This needs to get fixed too eventually. I don't think I want to add any. The only thing I want to add now is walkways. I might try some. There's an issue with rails. If you're too close to the rail, you walk right on top of the rail too easily. I might replace this with full foundation or full ceiling pieces and put rails on them. I'll have to. I'll wait and see. I'm trying to consider what I want to do. Put rails or not. Oh, what is that over there? Oh, just a bear. I'm still hoping to find that moose. I've got a couple days, probably 3 or 4 days in game before that chicken reaches maturity, so that I can eat a nice chicken dinner. So yeah, I'm definitely in the market for wolf. So what do you guys think about the idea of structural integrity in the game? Would it be something that you turn on? Is there something that I'm missing when it comes to structural integrity, that it's not just a troll factor? And I am opposed to subsistence PvP. And the main reason is there's been too many good games that I've loved playing that were ruined because the developer started catering to PvP. WoW, Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was my jam. Okay, I love that game. And it was utterly ruined by decisions that they made, and a lot of the decisions were they were trying to force PvP down people's throats. You know, WoW healing. You guys have heard me rant about that a lot. You know, I like the idea of Rust, except for the PvP. I mean, I was really, when I first bought Rust, I was, the whole reason I was getting it was I thought, oh, this thing would be awesome to play solo. And I was like, no, I don't mind. I'll make my own world. I just won't invite anybody to it. And I tried it. It was on a different account, a different Steam account that I had. And I tried it for, I don't know, like a month. And I was kind of enjoying the building in it. And I was learning the systems. And I wanted to try some of the online stuff. This is long before I did a YouTube channel. And all of a sudden, my building disappeared. And I was like, what the hell? You know, I did all this work. And I come to find out there's a server resets. And I think it's like every month or something like that, the servers reset. I don't know anymore. And I was pissed. I was like, and so I started asking questions, and I was told, you know, that's normal. There's server resets. They do this all the time, you know, to refresh the game world, to keep the game world fresh. And for the online multiplayer part of it, okay, that actually kind of made sense. But I was like, well, I wasn't playing with other people. I had my own I made my own server and never invited anybody to my game. And they said it doesn't matter. I was like,
Yeah, it should matter. You destroyed my world without my permission. And they're like, well, too bad, deal with it. And I was like, okay. And I never played it again. Level 1. It's a building crate, though. It might have scrap metal in it. It did have 1 scrap, and now I've got a level 1 wolf chasing me. It was worth it, though. And yeah, I did decide to come back over just in case the wolf was still in, there's a deer. He shouldn't be over here, but it could another moose might have walked into the area. Oh, more rabbit. It's a good rabbit day, definitely. All right, Flopsy, where are you? Thank you very much. I had to recover all the cloth that I used fixing my stuff, making bandages and first aid kits. So I definitely appreciate all the rabbits I'm seeing today. Kind of upset at myself for missing that moose. I should have just turned and shot the wolf with a shotgun blast and then gone directly toward the moose. I thought about it, but I was in the middle of my rant. I kind of like didn't want to give it up. I had a thought and I wanted to stick to it. It cost me a moose dinner. It breaks my tiny little heart. Or are we kidding? I don't have a heart. You guys know it. Let's come around here. Get up. Up. Definitely can't be passing up iron these days. I have to do a lot of upgrades on my house, so. Armor plating is a must. All right, starting to get dark. I probably need to start heading home. I'll make 1 more moose pass, but I think we are out of luck for a moose. And if we do see one, I'm probably going to go balls to the wall at it. Because I'm not going to chase a damn thing in it at night in the cold. Hell no. Yeah, I think we're SOL when it comes to moose. No moose meat dinner tonight. Fiber, but I'm not going to go back for it. I thought it was a hunter fishing over there. Like, how the hell did that hunter not see me? Oh, and before you guys ask, I have no clue what the next the next update has. I have been making the cold games over the last little bit, but I'm refusing to ask. I know if I ask, he'll give me some tidbit or give me some information. The hardest part about that is when I know something, I really want to share it. And I've made a pact to never divulge what I know. So then I'm sitting there on this information and can't say a word, and it drives me flipping crazy. It's like, I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. And the worst part is I can't tell you. I can't prove that I know something you don't know. I have to sit there and keep my mouth shut. That's torture. I mean, just complete and utter torture. For me, at least. I don't know if I can get that copper. Yeah, actually, well, I'm safe when it comes to... Oh, I can run right up on that. Okay. That makes it a lot easier. Give me that copper. I like how the copper glows. That's because the sun's, still going through the rock. It shouldn't go through the rock, but it does. All right. Well, it was a pretty productive day. I got a good rant on. I got some good supplies. I needed to make a supply run. Oh, he looks spoiled because of the green light from the glow stick. I should be happy. Cold Games hasn't gotten rid of my favorite thing. Glow sticks in the, Ooh! Oh, I just missed it, too. I looked, I'm like, oh, no. And too late. Starting kit. We'll use that. Alright, guys and gals. I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. I've been Critical. This has been Subsistence on Season 5. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.